What's going on, guys? Quamii here. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for checking out this video. So today's video I've got another PvP guide video, but this one's going to be different. This one's going to be the ultimate blueprint and my secret to improving a PvP in the Cycle Frontier. So this is going to be everything that I know and how to continuously work on yourself to keep improving your game, to keep improving your skills, and so you can keep beating the other players in the Cycle Frontier. This guide is not just for beginners, it's for anyone who's trying to improve their game to push their gameplay to the next level. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell and all that jazz, guys. Much appreciated. Cheers for the support. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream from Monday to Friday on Twitch at twitch.tv/Quamii, and I actually stream on Sundays on YouTube. I've decided not to stream on Saturdays anymore. I decided it's probably too much to stream 7 days a week, so I've officially decided to take Saturdays off. All of the details will be in the description box down below. Now we've got all that stuff out of the way, guys. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be telling you guys the primary ingredient that you need to be improving your PvP skills in the Cycle Frontier. And this is just what's worked for me. And this is just what I did to improve my skills as time went on when I first started in the Cycle Frontier. So I'm going to tell you the Golden Goose of what you need to do in order to figure out how to improve, because I know a lot of you have been asking me specifically about specific questions about how to improve your gameplay and what did I do wrong and how do I go about it. And the answer is this. This is what you need to be asking yourself every time you get into a raid and something messes up. You have to figure out why you keep dying, okay? It's as simple as that. So there's going to be many things that go into it, and I'm going to help you guys as much as I possibly can for you to understand it. And I'll tell you the things that I did to help figure out why you keep dying. So there is three main reasons why you keep dying in the Cycle Frontier. The first one is your aim. The second one is map knowledge, and the third one is movement. So that's it. It's those three primary things that you need to understand. Your aim, map knowledge, and movement. Now sometimes it's one of the three reasons why you keep dying, but also sometimes it can be a combination of the three reasons of why you keep dying. So you have to keep looking back on your gameplay if possible. I certainly recommend recording your gameplay and so you can watch it back. You don't need to do this. It's just a handy tool to help you watch your gameplay back and analyze it specifically. But you don't have to do it. As long as you take mental notes, that's honestly, sometimes that's just good enough. And a lot of the time I even do that. I just make a mental note of where I went wrong and I improve from there. It's all about trial and error. You make a mistake, you think about it, you realize where you went wrong. As long as you make a mental note about where you messed up and what you should have done next time, that's what it's all about. If you know those three things and you figure out the reason in that specific raid why you died, you are already ahead of the other average Joes in this game. Because you're going to be thinking, you're going to be a critical thinker and try and figure out what happened, while other average players are still going to be sitting there, scratching their balls, wondering what the hell just happened. So let's go through some examples of some of my own raids and where I messed up, and where I could have improved, and we'll figure it out together. Okay, so let's go over the first example. So this was early Season 2 footage. I believe I was questing, and I was trying to get something done at Pinnacle Labs. I ran into another player there, and I made a huge mistake here. I actually tried to VoIP to him at first, was like, hey man, are you cool, whatever, and then he just fired at me. My mistake already. I shouldn't be VoIPing anyway, I should just be trying to kill everything, in all fairness. But that's not what got me killed. What got me killed is the fact that I had utility on me. I had grenades, and I also had a gas grenade. I didn't have any smoke grenades, unfortunately, but I definitely could have used those here to back up away from this player. And I instead chose to heal, and there's no amount of heal that I could use in that amount of time that could give me enough life so I could actually fight this player who I've only hit him like once. So I was going to die here if I stayed, and that was my mistake. So this one comes under movement. I needed to keep moving. I needed to keep moving, get him to back off with the grenades, and just keep legging it. And then eventually get enough distance where I could heal and I could return to this fight at a later time. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can't fight on the spot. You have to delay it and try and reset the fight. And that's what I should have done here. I should have just spammed those grenades that I had, including the gas grenade, and I should have just backed up and forced him away from me. Okay, so in this next clip, this is actually from the playtest service. This is like the Season 3 playtest service, so this is actually a good one. I was doing my early game quest, sort of, because what else are you supposed to do on the playtest servers, really? So I come up against a two-man squad. I didn't know at the time that it was a two-man squad. I only heard the one player. And as you guys know who did play the playtest servers, there was no matchmaking, so everyone got into raids with everyone else. So even as a solo, you could indeed get into games against other duos, and I think even trios. So I heard this player running up on me, so I was in position, I had a good spot, I was ready for him, and then when we got into the engagement, he had some really good movement on him himself, and I ended up missing a lot of shots. And because I had to reload, I tried to go down the hill, and he ended up shooting back at me. He got me really low, and his teammate shot at me too, and then I ended up dying. What went wrong here? The answer is very, very simple. It was my aim. I didn't land my shot. If I landed even 3 headshots there, for the love of God, he would have just been dead, and it would have been fine. And then I would have had to reload, and then when his player tried to push me, I would have just slid down the hill, and then it'd be a completely different fight, right? But no, of course not. I potatoed, and I missed the easiest shots of my life. But you know what? It happens. I'm human. I'm not Vasco. I do miss my shots, and I'm sure you're going to miss your shots too. Okay, moving on to the next clip. I believe this is I think this is season 1, and I wanted to show this clip to you guys because you could see how green I was and how bad I was at the game and all the really bad mistakes that I used to make. Holy crap. But anyway, this one was a really, really stupid mistake. So get this. So we get into a fight. I'm doing two-mans. I'm doing duos with my buddy Freak NZ. And we get into a fight. We get the kill, which is huge in a duo fight. But I do something really stupid. And I think because the teammate that we killed, his gear is in this bush, and for some reason in my mind I was like, I really want to see what's in that bag. I mean, it's just I gotta look, and I try and loot. Then the guy grenades the living hell out of me, and then he just sprays me down, and I'm just dead. I'm like roadkill. That's the end of me. It was terrible. Don't ever do that, okay? Don't ever do that. When there's a fight right in front of you, you got to focus on the fight. Everything else becomes secondary. So, what was my mistake here? I was very new at the time. I haven't been playing the cycle very long at this stage in this clip. So, I'm going to say it's 2 things. It's map knowledge and it's movement. I really needed to move out of that bush and not be in there in case he decided to either just randomly shoot into the bush or throw grenades at me, which one of the 2 is what he did. I needed to move and reposition onto the rock and try and play the rock so I can continue fighting this player instead of trying to loot the gear in the bush. So I'm going to call it both of those things. It's going to be map knowledge because I really should have known better, and movement because I really needed to move. Okay, moving on to the next clip. So this one was actually fairly recent too. I believe I was doing some solos on Bright Sands. I think I was just messing around looking for PvP and that sort of a thing. And I think I killed like 2 prospectors here, and they were pretty good fights. And then as I'm looting and trying to figure out what I want, a 3rd player just rolls up on me with purple gear with a brute. This is before the brute nerf, so the brute is like still the king gun. I fire some shots at him, I do miss, but that's not why I died. And you always got to be honest with yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You always got to be honest with yourself with the reason why you messed up or you died. And let's be real here. My movement sucked. My movement sucked so bad that you literally would be embarrassed if you're the other guy watching me going, what the hell is this guy doing? That was extremely horrible. So I believe I went for the smoke grenade play, when truth is I should have just ziggity-zaggity out of there. Should just went left and right, and then moved up the hill where you couldn't hit me. Maybe throw some grenades then, smoke it up, back it up some more, keep healing, and just completely reset the fight, and it would have been a whole different story. But no, I messed up, and my movement was the reason why I died here. Good fights though, and hopefully we get it right next time. Okay guys, so this next clip is a pretty interesting clip. We were in this situation where we could see that the evac ship kept getting called and it was still green, which means there's a player nearby and they're sitting in the extraction zone, meaning they can still call in the extraction ship. So we were trying to find them, and Lord and behold, I do in fact find them in the river sitting in a bush, and then they're both 2 players were sitting in that bush just waiting for people, and they just they shot me very unexpectedly. I almost jumped out of my chair and I freaked out, and then I ended up dying. They got a really easy kill on me. So you guys know the drill now. So what does this come under? This comes under map knowledge. I didn't know on that side of the river where those bushes were still counts as inside the extraction zone. I should have known that. and I've played a lot of Bright Sands, and I've had heaps of fights here. I really should have known this, but now I know, and now I can make the adjustment to be wary of that bush. So like I said, this is like trial and error, and you keep making small adjustments to your gameplay, and you keep improving, and so these sorts of things won't keep happening to you. Okay, next clip. So I'm doing 2-man squads here on Bright Sands, and we get into a massive fight here at the house, and we get rolled up on by 2 different teams, and it's a massive free-for-all, and it's very back and forth for quite a while. I'm not going to show you the entire fight. I'll most likely just put in a YouTube clip if you want to see the entire fight, but for the time being, what's important is how I died. So, what happened here is I ended up getting low when we were trading shots, and during that time, I went to go and heal, and his teammate ended up pushing me. And during this time, my teammate had just died, and then he jumps around the corner. I didn't actually expect him to push me that quickly. I thought he would probably heal or something like that, but he was right on top of me, and I was forced to fight. And what got me killed here was, it's very simple. It was my aim. I missed all my shots almost. I remember in the moment that I panicked because he just kind of rolled up on me and I really wasn't expecting it. But if I hit my shots here with the Brute, it would have been a different fight when his second teammate decided to push me. I had enough bullets to actually kill this player. I just needed to land my shots, but I did not. If I landed my shots and killed him and then reloaded, I probably would have had a little bit more than half HP, I'm guessing. And that's enough HP to actually fight the second player, because chances are he's not full HP either. So it would have been a completely different fight, and I would have had a fighting chance. So this one clearly comes under my aim, and it just means I need to aim better under those pressuring circumstances, and I need to do better next time in the future in this sort of a fight. Okay, last clip before we wrap up this video. So this one's another very, very simple one. We know there's plays in front of us because they took shots at us. At East Collection on Bright Sands. We're trying to dance around them and try and make a play, and I make a huge mistake. I try and shoot them, which is actually a good plan, okay? I'm going to stick by this. This was a good plan until it wasn't, okay? So we're trading shots, and I try to shoot his little toesies right there, and then he kind of just runs around the corner and blasts me, and I die. I actually made a huge mistake here, and it's very simple. It was, obviously this comes under movement, but what I was trying to do is, as soon as he ran around the corner and I ran out of bullets, I tried to do the slide, and for some reason I couldn't slide. I think I either fat fingered, or maybe I didn't have stamina, or something else. I probably just messed it up, but either way, I tried to slide, and I didn't slide, and I just died. So this one definitely comes under movement, and which means that I need to work on my movement more, so I can keep making the right plays and the right movements in order to outplay the other prospectors. Okay guys, that's it. That's the end of the guide. That's what I've got for you today. I hope you found this very useful. Hopefully you found it educational and that you learned something. I hope you're starting to get the process of what I do every time I make a mistake. And I hope you guys can take that on board and you can start doing it yourselves, and then you can improve your own gameplay and become much better players in the Cycle Frontier. Just remember guys, you always got to be honest with yourself with the reason why you died, and you can't be one of those players who always blames the gear difference. Oh, he's got the Brood, or he's got purple gear, how was I supposed to kill him? You can always almost do something differently. I'll say that one more time. You can almost always do something differently that would have helped you in that scenario to win that fight. Just try and stay positive and always try and think of what you could have done differently in the future. If you found this video useful and helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell and all that jazz guys. Much appreciated. Cheers for the support. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream from Monday to Friday on Twitch at twitch.tv/Quamii, and I also live stream on YouTube on Sundays, so hopefully I'll see some of you jokers there. All other details will be in the description box down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember to stay positive and keep practicing, keep improving, hang in there, stay Quam, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the live stream.